I'm going to be just going through some mindset today, guys. I'm reflecting on 2024, some of the lessons that I've learned, some of the plans moving forward, just a few things that I feel like might benefit you guys and also my future self as well. First bullet points I've got here is single-minded focus. So this is something that I struggled with for a long time. I've been very agitated. I'm someone who likes to think a lot, so I'm always thinking. Um, Definitely an overthinker. Trying to be single-minded with your focus is something that's very important when you're trying to run a business, when you've got a family, when you're trying to manage relationships, because you need to be able to prioritize tasks and focus on it for a long period of time to be able to be effective in what you're doing. Okay, so if you're chasing two rabbits, you're not going to catch any. I'm pretty sure that's not how the saying goes, but you get what I mean. You need to be able to focus on one thing to be able to actually achieve it. And you can't hit a target that you don't know where it is. If you've got multiple targets, you're not going to hit any. So focus on one target so that you can actually complete the task without any distractions, and it actually gives you freedom. A lot of people try to multitask. Our brain are not meant to multitask. We can only single task. We can only do one thing at a time. Okay, I don't know about you, but I can't like be texting and speaking to someone at the same time, or driving and doing something else. I have to be doing one thing, focusing on one thing to be able to get it done to the best of my ability. And that is something that I am slowly starting to learn. When there's so much going on, just focus on the one thing that matters. Make a list, okay, of everything in your brain. Okay, ask yourself, if this was done today, would it have made the day worth it? And then just pick the ones that you decided are the most important and just concentrate all your time and energy on them. The ones where you said no to that question, just put them to the side. When you realize and develop the focus needed to actually move forward and achieve things, you realize how much of a superpower it is. Something that's helped me particularly a lot with this is meditation. So every day I try to get at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes of meditating in the morning or maybe in the afternoon is a very good way of resetting yourself. And what happens when you're meditating is you're learning to ignore the noise in your brain. People think that meditating is you being a monk for the whole time. A lot of people have so much distractions in their brain that meditation is just like a muscle, like doing a bicep curl. As soon as you hear a thought, you divert the thought back to your breathing. As soon as you hear another thought, you divert it back to your breathing. And this happens again and again and again until you master your mind and you're able to just focus on your breathing, and there's less thoughts being brung up in your brain. So practice focusing, practice meditation, practice single-mindedness. A lot of the times people wake up and they'll start looking on their phone. It's just like dopamine hit, and you're opening loops in your brain where you're not able to actually focus on what's important. This is why I actually don't go on my phone now for the first couple of hours of the day. I use that time to just reflect, to meditate, to relax, calm my brain, and after that, I actually find that I'm able to focus more throughout the day and attack the day without so many distractions. Another thing is getting rid of your phone. You don't have to always be on your phone. Something that I myself do quite frequently because my business is on my phone. But I'm starting to realize that put your phone away, put it to a different room. Set a timer. There's an app called Forest where you can plant little trees and little make like a little forest. It disables your phone for a period of time, and this allows you to focus on the task at hand. So it's super important to use little hacks like this. You can probably get um, apps on your phone where you can literally just stop yourself from going on apps for a certain amount of time. So there's decent ones like Forever, and there's better or higher grade ones as well. So focus is super important, guys. Find out what's important to you. Find out what isn't actually going to be fueling your purpose in life and just eliminate it. Okay. For me at the moment, that's growing my business, becoming a self-development. Those are the two most important things to me at the moment. Obviously, family and the rest of it, but my business and self-development is the two biggest focus. So anything that isn't really fueling that, I can put to the side. So that means sometimes I might have to say no to parties, birthdays. Okay, sometimes I might have to um, just not play games or whatever it might be. Saying no is one of the most important things as a man growing as you're getting older. Not having the ability to say no to someone is honestly very, what's the word? It's like you're in prison, okay? Because you don't have the freedom of your mind to actually say no. As soon as I started saying no, and I don't care about what other people think when I say no, it gave me, I felt like I have so much power. Okay. And when you're starting to say no, because a lot of people, they're not used to saying no, they don't know how to say no. But when you've practiced it a few times and you realize, wait a minute, all I'm doing here is actually just serving my future self and improving myself. And you realize that people actually respect you a bit more for saying no. It becomes a very easy, it becomes a much more fulfilling and heightened place to live from, rather than just saying yes to everything and being a slave to other people's um, impulses. Super, super important. Another thing is procrastination. Procrastination will kill everything in your life. You can procrastinate. You can, honestly, it's crazy because even making a video like this is the first YouTube video that I would have made for a long time, and it's very easy to procrastinate. If it's okay, I'll make the 5 minute video. Oh, I need to plan it. Let me plan. People procrastinate so much that they never get to the actual doing. They end up just staying in the planning stage for a long time, where all the learning comes from doing. Doing a video like I'm doing right now is going to teach me more than just planning how am I going to set it up, what am I going to say. Actually, if I just speak, I'm just going to get better at speaking and become better at articulating myself. Even as I'm speaking right now, I realize how many ums or how inarticulate I am trying to string some words together because I haven't practiced it as much in the last couple of months. And skills like this is super important. So whether that's going for a run, speaking to your friend, doing that, sending that email, doing that task in the house, whatever it might be, if you start practicing just doing it rather than overthinking, you're going to be in a much better position. So procrastination kills everything. Just do, don't even think, just do it and then figure it out later. Someone told me this before, and it's something very, very important to think about. Imperfect action is better than perfect inconsistency. So you're always going to learn better from doing things rather than just perfectly planning. So it's very important that you just do things, whether that's thinking about going to the gym, just go. As soon as it comes in your head, in the car, go into the gym if you're not doing anything that day. Rather than planning it. Okay, so I need to do this, I need to get the headphones, and I need to eat 2 hours before. I need to make sure that I've got the right fit on. Just go to the gym. Like all you're doing there is just delaying it, delaying it, delaying it. And people like to get the dopamine hit from saying that they're gonna do things rather than actually doing it. This is something that I prefer to do sometimes. I've got massive goals. I'm someone who's very ambitious. So I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do this. I want to run 5K. I want to do that. I want to compete. I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do this and I want to do that. What happens when you do that is your priorities get so big that you're not actually able to prioritize anything. So you need to be someone who, rather than says it, just does it and just has one or a few priorities rather than a million because you end up just not doing anything. Something that I really want to work on in 2025 is staying organized. Um, with so many distractions going on in the world at the moment, having a structure is super, super important. And I think that comes down to things like even having a daily routine or morning routine because it's what sets you up for the day. So really having something staple that I do every single day is going to be super important. And for me, this is going to include waking up, meditating, not going on my phone, maybe journaling for 20 minutes or so, then doing some sort of physical activity, going to the gym or going for a walk, and then get started, but making it the same every single day. And then your mind has some sign, your mind has some sort of organization that it can use to run the rest of the day. Mornings are super, super important. This is when your brain is in its most programmable state. So it's very important that you feed yourself the right information. Read in the morning. Okay, have those positive self affirmations in the morning rather than just waking up moody and groggy. Write down your thoughts, write out what you want to achieve, change those negative self beliefs. Thing that you think about yourself in the mornings is usually going to become ingrained in your internal belief system. What you believe drives how you act, and how you act drives who you become and who you are. So mornings are super, super important. Something I've realized as well that's super important to have in life is just giving a lot of value, giving a lot of value to people, but also helping people a lot because the more you help and the more you give, the more you receive. This is a universal law. The more you give out, the more you receive. No one knows why it happens, but just abuse it. Whether that's helping your family or giving out help, for me, coaching, going above and beyond, um, it's all gonna come back to you. Giving as much value as possible is super, super important. So just know when you're helping others, you're selfishly actually also helping yourself. And also it feels good to help other people as well. So getting that endorphin rush from actually helping other people is going to give you the energy that you need to attack the day and to achieve your other tasks. Everything is a snowball effect. Even me doing this YouTube video today, I'm going to get a dopamine hit because I've achieved something that I said I was going to do. And this is going to allow me to build up momentum. It's all momentum, building it up, building it up, building it up. It's going to make it easier for me to do it tomorrow. And if I do it tomorrow, it's going to make me to do it easy. It's going to make it easier for me to do it the next day, and so on and so on. So something that is very important is reflecting and constantly iterating on what you are doing for growth. So it's very easy to take actions and just constantly be taking actions, doing things, doing things, doing things. If you don't have a reflection and iterative process to actually improve on what you're doing, meaning, okay, let's say I make a workout program for one of my clients, okay? The next week, during the check in, I'll review the workout. What exercise worked well? What exercise didn't work well? Do I need to reduce the volume? Okay. Do I need to tweak the nutrition? It's iterative. If I just give him a workout, if I just give him or her a workout program and allow them to just do it indefinitely forever, that's not very useful because things are not getting improved. And the same thing applies for your life. You need to have, go through a day, the next day, okay, yesterday, what did I achieve that was good? What did I achieve that was bad? How can I improve this day? If you're asking yourself those questions constantly in your personal life, your business, your work life, your relationships, there is no way how there is no way you won't grow and become a better version of yourself. So that is something that I find is super, super important because it's very easy to just be doing things. You don't know if what you're doing is right. You don't know if you're heading in the right direction. You haven't tested things. It's about hypothesis. You make a hypothesis. Okay, you test it. If it works, you keep doing it. If it doesn't work, you make another hypothesis, and then you keep doing that over and over and over again. Over time, you're going to actually have so many successful hypotheses that you're going to be just moving forward at such a massive speed that the compounding effect and growth from that is going to be enormous. So reflect, iterate, improve, and constantly think what can you be doing to get better. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time really. So the next one I've got here is New Year's resolution. So for me, my New Year's resolution would basically just be really to be super organized because organization is super important. I want to be like not almost like psychopathic level of organization because I feel like that's a massive limiting factor for me at the moment. Not that I'm not organized, but I know to operate at a high level, you have to have everything in check. Know what's going on, where, making sure that you have every box ticked, making sure that you're waking up at the same time, going to bed at the same time, having a really stable routine, having a system in place to review my performance for my business, but also my personal life, making sure that I know when everything is happening. Because when I have that, the amount of the peace of mind I'm going to have from just knowing that everything is in a box and is just locked up in a good place is going to allow me to have more focus when I actually do work because I'm not worried about have I forgot this, have I done that. Everything is systematized, everything is being done, and I can move forward. So that's one. One is to stay super organized. Second one is obviously grow my business, continue to grow my business exponentially, learn, okay, really put my foot down and try to give as much value as possible to you guys with the YouTube videos, with the Instagram reels, with all my content, and just improve as a person, okay, become more honest, more truthful, more driven, okay, more consistent. So these are some of my personal goals leading up to 2022. What else is there? Oh yes, I also want to travel. Okay, I want to travel by the end of 2025. By the end of 2025, the last quarter, I want to get out of here. I'm currently living in the town Kings Lane. I want to move to Dubai. Okay, and live there for a couple of months and do some networking and grow my business over there because that's where a lot of the growth is. That's where a lot of the networking is, especially with marketing and online coaching and so on. So that is a dream that I have. I've got it on my vision board, and that is something that I will achieve next year. I'm gonna put in a lot of work to do it. It's not gonna be easy, but it's something I'm definitely going to do. And yeah, another one is just taking action and getting started. A lot of people don't actually get started, like I stated earlier on. Just start, okay? If you've got an idea, give it a shot. The only way you're gonna know if it's successful or not is if you try it, or if it's a bad idea or if it's a good idea. You're not gonna know if you didn't try it. So give things a go, step forward, try things. Whether that's going to the gym, I see a lot of people are anxious just through coaching. I speak to a lot of people in my DMs. I've coached a lot of people as well, and a lot of people get in their head. A lot of the times as a coach, you're actually dealing with mindset problems rather than anything else, because a lot of people have negative self beliefs about either themselves or what their families have imposed on them, or just what they've believed for whatever reason about themselves. It's about reorganizing those beliefs and remodeling them towards something more positive. Know that they're there for a reason. Use them as fuel. Change your beliefs. Change the way that you speak to yourself. Because if you don't change your beliefs, you won't change the way that you act. If you're constantly thinking that you're someone that who's lazy, who can't get lean, who can't get jacked, who can't be consistent with the gym, who can't keep organized, ultimately speaking, those beliefs are going to be ingrained in your subconscious mind. And whether you like it or not, you're not going to change or get any sort of serious progress before you change those limiting beliefs. It's very important that you ask yourself, number one, what in life would I like that I don't have at the moment? Okay? And those are the things that you have a negative belief towards. Because if you wanted them, you would have them if your belief system was right. The only thing that's stopping you from achieving your goals is the belief system that you have at the moment towards achieving them. So that's as simple as that. And this it comes in levels, because I'm saying all of this. I'm not like at the top echelon of, like, I haven't achieved nearly anything I want to achieve. But I know that it's because of my beliefs. It's because I believe that I don't have the skills needed yet to be on that next level. It's because I have deep down subconscious beliefs about certain things. That is why I'm not potentially as more organized. Okay. There's certain things, and there's ways that you speak to yourself that really have an imprint in the way that you act, the way that you behave, and who you are ultimately. So really think about your beliefs. Literally, an important task that you can literally ask yourself is, what would I like in my life that I don't have at the moment? Okay, and just list them. And then those are the things that you have some sort of negative belief towards. And then you just have to ask yourself, how can I change these beliefs? Okay, how can I change these beliefs towards positive beliefs? And it could be something as easy as saying, I am more organized, or I'm focused, I am driven, I am someone who goes to the gym, and literally just repeating this. Like I said, in the morning is the best time, or even in the evening before bed. You're in that brain wave state. I think is it theta or delta? Anyway, is in the brainwave state where you're more programmable. So having those affirming thoughts and words towards your brain is going to get ingrained eventually into your subconscious mind, and you'll be able to attack and achieve whatever you want to achieve. So believe is very important. Taking action is super, super important. Writing down your thoughts is super, super important. This is why journaling is very important. Writing down, planning. If you're having anxieties because you're worried about the future, if you're depressed it's because you're worried about the past. Okay, an easy way to get rid of both of those and live in the present is by writing it down. Because when you're writing it down, it's going from your brain onto paper. You can forget about it and you have more mental clarity. This is something tangible that has been scientifically proven to work. And if you're not utilizing it, you're almost at a disadvantage, because unless you're very stoic in nature, everyone is going to be anxious. Everyone is going to have some depressive thoughts every now and again. It's just the world that we live in. So being able to write these things down is super, super important. And it's a skill that thankfully I've cultivated over time. Even since I was in uni, I think is when I started journaling and writing things down. And I've continued to do it over time. Obviously, I'm not writing down massive paragraphs every day. Every now and again, I'll write down in my journal. I can get better, and I will get better in 2025. And then finally, the last point I've got here in all capitals is very important to learn from very important to learn from your mistake and eat the frog. Super important. Like I said, act, review the action, improve the action or ditch the action, and move forward. Eat the frog means doing the hardest thing first in the morning and getting it out the way. The last thing you want to do is having that thought or that frog in the back of your head that you know that you have to do, and that's going to weigh you down for the rest of the week, the rest of the month, and then some people even leave that for a year. So get the hardest tasks done early so that they're out of the way and they free up mental real estate so you can actually do what you enjoy doing and what you love doing. I hope you got value out of this video. This is a bit different. I don't think I've done a long monologue like this, just speaking to the camera, but I actually enjoyed it. It was a very good reflective and reflection task for me to do. And I think I actually enjoy doing stuff like this. I'm going to start doing more of this just to reflect, give a bit of value. I want to make this YouTube channel, obviously fitness channel based, but also my personal diary that I can speak, learn from myself, and yeah, just speak my thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and comment down below. Comment down what actions you're going to take in 2025 that are going to allow you to have a better tomorrow.